Yes, welcome to the Fighter State of Mind, episode 4, I believe. Guys, it's episode 4, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right, man.
Thank you very much.
Time's flying when we're having fun, right?
Time's flying when we're having fun. It's the most exciting time of the year. It's not Christmas. Well, it's Christmas for us boxing fans because you know what? It's fight week. It's the one we're waiting for, isn't it? It's the revenge tour. Listen, I'm so excited, man.
Or the repeat tour.
No. Well, it's more repeat than revenge, but we'll get into it anyway. We'll get into it. But of course, this is a fight state of mind. Tell your friends. Let's get important stuff out of the way. Important stuff out of the way. Like, share, and subscribe. Remember, the more you subscribe, the more you share to people, the more they get to hear the best opinions out there on boxing.
Yeah, man, and just join the conversation, man, because we just love hearing from you guys, man.
Exactly. Listen. Feel free to just give Brother Scientifik a smack down in the comments. We love to see it, man. We love to see it. But as per usual, listen, it's me, the Maverick, the guy with the wild takes, and it's Black Goku, Black Gohan, Black Vegeta. You know everything, all black everything. But of course, I'm here with my brothers.
Yeah, man. I'm Silas, Brother Scientifik. I don't really have too many AKAs because I just get straight to the point, no chaser.
Well, I'm the Riddles. I'm the Riddler. Yeah, I've been known to riddle my way out of things. That's what my adversaries would say, but
that's the fact.
You know how it goes. But yeah, moving on swiftly, man. It's fight night week or fight week, should I say? Big one.
Hold on, what fight are we talking about? Because we've been talking mad riddles. What fight are we talking about, lads?
We're talking about Fury versus Wilder, the trilogy.
Jeez.
Yeah, finally here. I can't believe it. Man's been waiting for how long?
20 months to be exact.
On the corner, and it's here. And I think we're all gassed. We're all gassed for it. So I want to just jump right into it. Yeah, time to waste. First,
sorry, guys. Before you jump in and introduce the questions, I think it's not Fury. It's not Fury against Wilder. It's Wilder against the Versace robe. Can the Versace robe finally be defeated? Can the Versace robe finally win? That's what it is this weekend.
Wow. If I'm not mistaken, Versace robe is undefeated, right?
No, it's not. It's defeated. It's no wins. No wins so far for the Versace robe.
Oh yeah, sorry, it's defeated. That's it. Yeah. That's right. Okay.
Well, sorry about that.
That's all right. Well, of course, it's a trilogy. So we got a draw. I think you'd be sleeping underneath a rock if you don't know the outcome with the second fight. I'll tell you anyway. For the casuals. Should we say casuals?
Man, don't say that word. Yeah, casuals, man. Everyone's got their place in this team.
Everyone's got their place. Yeah. What words should I say for the
uninformed?
The less fanatic.
Yeah,
because I'm a fanatic, bro. I keep it real with you.
I like that, Silas. Yeah, you're a fanatic of certain fighters, but we get into that.
Oh,
yeah. So obviously, Fury was victorious in their second fight. Got the strap, the WBC title, and we're moving on swiftly to the trilogy, the one that we've been waiting for. It's all to play for. Can Wilder retain the belt? Does Fury, go on to do what he says he's going to do, just like in the second fight? We don't know. But I want to know this. If Wilder loses, is his career in a better or worse place than AJ's?
All right.
Okay. Maverick, please take the floor.
Of course, I'm going to take the floor. You don't deserve to take the floor. I know Wilder, you're your boy, but you don't have an opinion in this one. You better sit back, okay? Listen, Wilder is in the worst position if he loses this fight, right? And I'll give you a few reasons, right? One, all the excuses. You can't run around with all those excuses and talk about how you got cheated and then get beat another time. I'm sorry, no one's going to care anymore. I mean, like he has. This is win or go home. This is win or bust, or else he's in the back of the line. He's fighting man like Arthur Spilker again and on the card of the Canelo fights and stuff like that. Listen, that's what's happening.
Rude.
Right? I don't care if it's rude. Listen. Also, have you seen the projection for tickets for the weekend? This fight is going wood right now.
Yeah.
No one wants to see Wilder fight. He better win, or else that's it. He's not a draw. He's not a draw.
That's interesting because as per usual, the Maverick has said a lot but not actually answered the question. So
I said it's in the worst place. I said he's in the worst place than AJ.
Fair enough. My bad. Unfortunately, I've got the floor now, so you're gonna have to sit back, sir.
My bad.
Now, I think to answer your question, Riddler, the fact of the matter is it's a subjective answer because, there is no rules as to what's better, what's worse. But I like to throw some interesting opinions into the mix. The fact, a lot of people would say that AJ's in a better place, because he's marketable, he draws a crowd regardless. A lot of people would even say that AJ's CV is better pound for pound. I'm sure you guys, probably have your opinion on that. But some people probably say that, AJ losing to an out of shape, relatively unknown, unaccomplished person, Ruiz, if you don't know who I'm talking about, the same Ruiz who went life and death with Chris Arreola. That's not a good look. And also, Usyk, as much as Usyk looked amazing, what we have to, we can't deny that he's a pumped up cruiserweight. Chisora did a better job against Usyk. And so overall, some people might say that, AJ's losses have significantly lowered his average. But sorry, give me 10 more seconds. I'm going to finish this up. We can't ignore the fact that a lot of people say that Wilder's general opposition is subpar. Like, we can't deny that, they say that he hasn't got a lot of big scalps on his record, only really Ortiz and a draw with Fury. But on the flip side, if he loses to Fury twice, he's lost to arguably the best heavyweight on the planet. So I don't know, man. I don't think it's clear cut. I don't know, Riddler. How do you see it?
I definitely would say Wilder will be, at the bottom of the pecking order for sure, because we have to take the resumes into account. I know you like to discard it, but you can't do that. Unfortunately, you have to just because he hasn't fought another Titan, it doesn't mean to say all of these accomplishments somehow, diminishes into thin air. In terms of ticket sales and what have you, he's always going to be a bigger draw, isn't he, AJ? Right? But for the purists,
not always.
Can I conclude? Yeah, at your time.
Sorry.
But for the cool. But for the purists, some may say, look, Wilder's loss is only against the Titan. So, AJ, like you said, he went, backwards and forwards with guys that who he in theory should have beat. I think Usyk, this pumped up, you got to put a little bit more respect on his name though. This pumped up cruiserweight.
Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just, I like you. I look through the comments and I'm just saying what people say. Okay, I'm not saying that's my opinion.
I believe that was me that once said that before, but I digress.
Yeah, I'm not saying it actually came from you, but me as a comments man, a fans fan, I do listen to people and take their comments on board, and I've seen it floating around. And this pumped up cruiserweight, undisputed pumped up cruiserweight, has done remarkable things within the game, and he's not to be played with. But
Chisora,
that was a totally different game plan, though. So again,
but it's fair to say though, it was a very close fight. Chisora did do better. I don't know if anyone in this room would argue with that.
I totally agree. Chisora did much better versus Usyk than AJ did. But
yeah, because it was a different. It was a total different game plan. So and I'm not excusing it. I mean, the performance, we can all say, we can all collectively say that AJ, that performance was whack. Fair enough. But the game plan wasn't there. However, we got to deal with what we've can see with the naked eye, right? And it is what it is. AJ lost. So back to the question, I really feel that there would probably be neck on neck with each other.
Oh my goodness, this guy's a politician. He said all that to say neck and neck.
No, I do. I believe that there will really be.
I think it's a valid. comment.
There may be there may be neck on neck. Reason why? Because AJ hasn't fought that Titan. Wilder hasn't, fought half of the guys on.
What? What I'm hearing is I'm sorry. No, I disagree. I totally disagree.
It's only sales that makes AJ better than Wilder at this point.
It's not that. It's Wilder's credibility right now is on the line. That's what.
Yeah, but that's only against Fury, though, is it? Listen, all right, okay. Let me flip the question. Sorry, I'm just conscious of the time here. Let me flip the question. Let's assume that Wilder actually beats Fury, right? Fury loses, right? That will mean it's a draw win for Fury, win for Wilder. They're neck and neck. Is a fourth fight warranted? And I just want to put something to perspective. I'll offer my opinion on this, right? The only fourth fight I can imagine or can remember is Marquez versus Pacquiao.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And that fourth fight, that was at MSG. That I think that did numbers. That was like over 1 million pay-per-view buys. And as you know, pay-per-view $70, you do the maths. Do you know what I mean? But I'm a punter at the end of the day, bro. And I just want to see good fights. And is that a good fight? Is that the best fight we want to see next? What? For me, part 4? Probably not. Probably not. Wilder versus Fury part 4 is not what I want to see next. I would want to see it one day further on down the line, but as a punter, man, there's a lot more in the mix, man. So what do you guys think?
I would say, listen, the challenge, like, first of all, depends how the fight goes this weekend, right? If it's a barnstormer and let's say Wilder pulls it out of, he pulls it out of hell, he goes hell for leather, they have a war. I think most people will be happy to see a fourth fight because it's like, we've got a fight to be a contender. If it's a flash knockout, I think no one wants to see that. But also, I think the problem is that when you fight someone back to back to back, there's that whole, we've seen it all before, right? Yeah. Like you said, the good thing with Pacquiao and Marquez is that they avoided each other, fought other people, and came back and fought again. So it was like, we want to see the second fight, we want to see the third fight, or we want to see the fourth fight. Can Marquez finally get over the hump? I think it's different if it's just back to back to back, because at that point it's like,
But Fury and Wilder wasn't back to back to back. Remember from the first fight.
Yeah, but now it would be second.
Now,
third.
Now it would be. But I, to pick up on what you said, it really depends on how, if there's controversy there, then obviously it might necessitate.
Big words,
No,
I said necessitate.
Yeah. For it,
3 syllables.
Maverick tried it. I don't have it, Riddler.
It may be warranted. All right, it may be warranted if. If there's some kind of mix-up or controversy there, then, from a public's perspective and a fan's perspective, a real fan's perspective, a lot of people say that the fans and all of that. I would say no. A lot of people barely wanted to see this fight again. Do you get what I'm saying?
You were just pumped up at the beginning of the show about seeing this fight, bro.
No, I want to, but I said a lot of people.
Cool.
Yeah, cool. I may not make up the majority, Silas.
All right, cool. I hear that.
A little bit of math here, but
so can I just drop a couple points in there before you move on?
You may.
Do you mind? I just quickly want to say, right, a decider is required no matter what. I think it's about when. I think we can all, I know Maverick can concur to that. I don't know if you agreed with that, Riddler. But there are some fights I want to see first, and definitely Dillian Whyte is in there. I want to see Dillian Whyte versus the winner of that fight. Do you know what I mean? Failing that, I want to see Dillian Whyte versus Usyk. I want to see Dillian Whyte versus AJ in that order. Do you know what I mean? But back to Wilder and Fury, to be fair, the way that this whole thing is going, I don't know if these guys actually would want to fight each other again, because it seems like what's been said and done and the court situation and the cheating allegations, it's just like they probably hate each other's guts.
Yeah, they're probably going to be done with it by now. But suppose it's a draw. What then?
Please, that's enough. That's Fury. Fury one then.
That's Fury, yeah. I don't know. But assuming AJ does not want a rematch with Usyk, since you're talking about other fighters in the mix.
Yeah.
Which opponent would Usyk rather face for undisputed? Wilder or Fury?
He was Wilder, man. he was Wilder, man. Listen, I very feel. Listen, there's no he was listen, because I think in his mind and crazy mind of his, I think he would rather want to take on the power and know that believe he can nullify the power, which is superior footwork and boxing ability and skill, versus having to go against someone who can possibly match him boxing skill for boxing skill, but also has a size advantage over him. I mean, imagine Fury coming in at 290 against Usyk and still having the footwork.
Yeah.
That's a long, and also can go southpaw, so it can match him as well in terms of stance. That's a long night for Usyk.
I just like to quickly, I disagree with you in terms of Fury having the same level of skill. I think Usyk does have a slightly higher level of skill, even though Fury's skill is really high. So we're probably talking marginally, you know. Yeah. But I just want to drop that in there. Sorry. But in terms of him evading Wilder's right hand all night, is that really feasible? It's not, is it? You know, we've seen in all his fights that he is going to get caught at some point. It's all about what they call it, damage control. But unfortunately with Wilder, he's redefined puncher's chance, you know, so it might be a bit of a gamble. However, I agree with you. Fury's reach, his weight, I don't think Usyk can negate that with that slightly better marginal skill set he has in, you know, in terms of boxing. I don't think he can negate that, man. So I've got to go with, he probably would want Wilder to win so that he can get undisputed off Wilder.
Yeah, I think I can concur with all you guys. I reckon it's I think he will much favor that fight. Fury's just too big. He would, you know, that's going to be a long-winded fight for him. Whereas Wilder, he probably can, you know, like you're saying, think that he can avoid that all night. Similar to AJ, not just a single right hand, you know what I mean? But he will fancy.
It's less to worry about, isn't it?
Less to worry about. Definitely.
And also, Fury might have the brass knuckles in his gloves as well. So.
No. But I have to ask. We're running out of time, and I have to ask. The writing's on the wall. The state of the obvious, should I say? Who wins this fight?
You took the words right out of my mouth, geezer. I'm a punter. I do have a preference to Wilder. However, I think Fury's going to beat him. I think it's going to be a decision. I don't think there's going to be any knockouts, but I think Wilder will knock him down, but it won't be enough.
I'm leaning towards decision as well for Fury. I think there's going to be no knockdowns. I think they're going to be tentative, especially Wilder to throw power punches, because I think he's probably, as much as he says pillow fist, I think he's scared of what comes the other way, which is a 300-pound puncher. And on the other side, I think Fury probably was a little bit lucky with the punches that knocked down Wilder in the first one, and he won't probably have the same opportunity. So I think it's just going to be a boxing clinic from Fury.
Fair enough. Riddler.
I'd say Fury. I mean, judging, I can't see what Wilder's going to add to his game in this short space of time that's going to really trouble Fury. Obviously going to be a light Muhammad Ali, stick and move. He says that he's going to be coming with flurries, and Malik Scott said he's prepared for everything. I just wanted to ask you guys on that note, do you think Fury, do you think Wilder can do enough in this short space of time?
Potentially, I think, because you know, sometimes it's not just about your skill set, it's about, you know, how it is on the night, it's about strategy, and you know, if the stars aligned, you know, anything can happen. So potentially, but likelihood, maybe not.
I'm gonna say a flat no, 0, nilch, nothing changes. It's going to be the same Wilder. The reason why I say that is because history tells us that. Remember Ricky the Hitman Hatton? He went under Floyd Mayweather Sr. He thought, I could make him a boxer. He got punched by Manny Pacquiao. And the next round, he went trying to find the body shots. Old habits die hard. Yeah, there's nothing that you can do in a year that's going to change the habits of a man who's been doing it for years. So,
I mean, sorry, go on.
You're gone.
I was just going to end it, guys. You know, listen, we've talked about who's going to be the best loser. We've talked about quadrilogy fights. I bet you guys didn't know that's what 4 fights were called, quadrilogy fights. No, you Google it, it's your friend. And we've also talked about who Usyk would want to avoid. We've offered our opinions, which I'm sure represent the views of loads of fight fans out there. But at the end of the day, that's all it is. It's just opinions. I tell you what, though. The fight is Saturday night, and after the fact, some of those opinions will cease to be opinions and they will become revelations. Remember where you heard it first. Fighter state of mind. Peace.
Peace.